Tell me like a Hellcat.
Hello everybody! Welcome to the Elite 95 of the Universe, and welcome to another video. Now this is a video on my device history and some of the phones I've used, and I'm going to give you guys some advice on how to deal with them. And yeah, so just do this now. And I'm only going to give me the next strap on. Okay. So the first device is I don't know how old this thing is at the moment, but it's a I don't know. It's a Samsung Samsung Gravity TXT. And this thing, I used this thing from 2000 when I got it brand new, which was like 2011 to 2014. And this thing was great. The only gripe I have with it is that the storage space wasn't great. I mean, and it was a great phone. I mean, really, it really was. It was a great phone. And then it met its end when it started to die. How it did it is as a little slide feature. The screen would act weird before that, and it started to die. And then one day, it wouldn't turn on. And this was like a couple of years ago. Yeah. Moving on to the next device. This device is a 2000 and I don't know how old this thing is, but it's a BlackBerry Pearl. And this thing served me for about a year and a half, from 2013, 2014. And this thing was great. It really was. The one thing I really like about this thing is for how old it was, it had a great interface. The sound was great. The speaker is actually pretty good. I mean, this thing was great. I mean, I used it for a while. And now moving on to the next device. Now this device, I'm pretty sure you guys know what this device is. It's a Motorola Razr. And I used it for only 2 months. Okay, so one time I left it in my pants, and in the pocket of my pants, and then went through the wash. Okay, so what happened is that let me start over. One day I left it in my pocket. My dad didn't check my pockets, and it went through the wash, and it hasn't worked since. And I still keep this thing as a memory, so and like a reminder on what not to do when you're. And actually, no, I've used it as a lesson to not leave your phone in your pocket and go through the wash, because I didn't have a phone for a while. And this thing was great. I mean, for the few months I used it, this thing was great. It had a great interface, and for how old it was pretty good. The only thing that kept bothering me is that it took me like one time 5 minutes to send text, with a full sentence text, and it took a while. Yeah. So now moving on to the next device. Now this device is a 2014 Alcatel. You can see the lamp and the reflection of the phone, but whatever. Okay, so this thing is a 2014 Alcatel One Touch Evolve, and this thing was a great phone until I dropped it in the sink. Here's the situation. I'm washing my hands. The phone slides into the sink. And for a brief millisecond, it got drowned in water. And then a few days later, the power button started to act up. And then there was this other time and then one day, it stopped charging, and it hasn't worked since. Now, moving on to the next device. This is a 2016 Samsung Galaxy Core Prime, and this thing was a great device. I mean, I got it brand new. Unfortunately, this is my brother's phone. We tend to get the same phones. So anyway, this is my brother's phone. And what happened to my phone? Well, I gave it to my sister to use, and let's just say it didn't survive. And anyway, this thing had a weird tendency to freeze when it gets hot, and it had a tendency to freeze and let me start over. It had this weird tendency to lag and then freeze, and then how I deal with that is that I well, let's just say I'll take the back off, take the battery out, put it back in, turn it back on, and it'll be automatically fixed. And yeah, so yeah, and that little battery thing, well, it worked with this phone too. So yeah, if your device is lagging really hard, it freezes, take the back off, and take the battery out, put it back in. But if your phone doesn't have a removable battery, hold the power button until it realizes it's being turned off. Okay, so yeah, Now moving on to my latest device, which is a 2018 T-Mobile Rebel. I got this thing brand new, and I've been using it for like I think like almost a week now, and it's a great device. But the only gripe I have with it is that its battery isn't the best. I mean, like the only other gripe I have with it is that the battery isn't removable. Which is my advice. So for the people who use this phone, hold the power button until it realizes it's being turned off, which is what I just said. And so far, this device has been a pretty good phone. I mean, it has a beautiful display. The screen looks expensive, but it actually isn't. I got this thing brand new, and it's like, and it's been a great device. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As usual, comment, like, subscribe. See you later. Bye.